Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So 55-year-old Indiana resident Jeffrey Munger is one of the rare few January 6 attendees who actually admitted his crimes when he was first approached by the FBI. On December 15th of 2021, Munger voluntarily told the agents that he knew he wasn't supposed to be on the Capitol grounds, but he followed the crowd anyway. When he arrived, he admitted that he saw others trying to pry open doors. He heard glass shattering. Munger also admitted to entering the Capitol through a broken window. And in fact, he was seen on surveillance video entering and walking through the Capitol building. He was in there for approximately 14 minutes and then he exited. However, Munger did try to claim that he had no choice but to enter because he was pushed inside from behind. Clearly a lie. And then when Munger was arrested, he changed his story again. He came up with another bogus reason for going inside the building. In story number 2, he became a hero. He told the agents that he chose to enter the Capitol to place himself between a female officer and the mob because he thought that they might attack her. This is complete BS as well, because Munger was clearly seen on surveillance video. When he entered the Capitol, he stood up against a wall, they said, for almost 9 minutes. And then he headed down a hallway. So there was no female officer anywhere in the video. He clearly wasn't between the mob and anyone else. So it's really funny how people can convince themselves of things that never happened to justify their actions. Anyway, Munger was arrested on March 23rd of this year. He was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading in a Capitol. Munger accepted a plea deal almost immediately in May of this year. So 2 months later, he pleaded guilty to the parading charge. So he was looking at up to 6 months in jail, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines. However, the prosecutor asked for only 3 years of probation. They also said 4 months of detention, home detention included in that, 60 hours of community service, and a $500 restitution fee. Munger's attorney, of course, also asked for probation, community service only, due in part to the fact that they said that Munger and his wife were each diagnosed with very serious medical conditions shortly after his arrest. And his defense attorney also pointed out that he and his wife helped to care for their 4 grandchildren. His attorney also said that Munger made it clear to her that he didn't wish to contest his charges. And in a letter to the probation officer, Munger wrote, quote, "I made the stupid mistake of going inside. It didn't take me long to realize that this was not what I was here for and wanted nothing to do with it. So I made my way to the door and left. I take full responsibility for my stupid actions. I should have known better." I couldn't locate any details about what took place at the sentencing hearing, but U.S. District Judge Randolph Moss presided over this case. He ended up sentencing Munger to only 30 months of probation, 60 hours of community service, and a $500 restitution fee. Although, it would have been much better if Munger had just turned himself in. I will give him credit that at least he didn't waste the court's time, as most of these people do, with games, with all of these hearings. I think he really did get that he made a huge mistake, regardless of, what the story he tried to tell himself to assuage his guilt. And at least, he's going to be on probation during the next presidential election. So not what most of us would want, but I think with this guy, I don't see him committing further acts. I think he did get it. I think this did scare him. So anyway, guys, we'll see. I could be wrong. There's a first for everything. All right. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.